how to understand better this point about Tantra and Tantra in Osho?
Yes. I mean, I think I went to Osho when I was 26 or 27, I think. So I was, young and sexual, and so were we all. I came from a whole generation of people who were interested in liberating their sexuality and not living under the repression of our grandparents, the Victorian era, and then our parents, the Depression years, or, whatever it was, the way, a woman is supposed to be and a man is supposed to be, and, you never talk about it and you do it in the dark and you under the covers. And my generation was interested in living our sexuality. It was just part of it was what was going on in the society. It was what going on inside individuals. So as a group, as a generation, we were seeking and searching for our freedom, and sexual freedom was part of that. And, the freedom to live a life you wanted to live, or to make a living how you wanted to. And Osho was saying, yes, it's important for you to live the life you want to live, and it's important for you to be as sexual as you are, and to recognize that you have this animal nature, this instinctual nature that is also there and also beautiful. So there was a lot of encouragement for us to relate and to, live out our sexuality, to live it as completely as possible, because Osho always used to say, unless you live it out, you're always going to be in the grip of it. If you live it out, then it's done. You did it, And so that's why he was encouraging us to live our sexuality, so that we could actually start at some point to get down to what was important, which was turning in towards meditation. And so there was a kind of combination of a sort of, living out the physical, and also discovering the stillness and the spiritual places inside, and the wonder and the presence. So, and he also talked about how actually meditation was first discovered through sex, because, in those moments after there's been an orgasm, and when you're just there together and becoming more and more still and silent, it's like that is meditation. And that presence, that just being there with your breath or with the touch, is, being in the present, being now. And so I think, and Osho also had talked many times about living the zorba, which is our animal nature, our, that part of us that wants to have fun and dance and be alive and in the body, and our Buddha nature, which is our longing for inner space and silence and peace and understanding and presence. And so I always felt that his work was very much bringing those two seemingly contradictory energies together. And so with Tantra, I mean, at least as I've understood it from Osho, is we have that life energy that moves through us and that attracts us to each other. We have that. But when we're not driven by the mind towards sex, but more ready to relax into it, we start to become much slower, much more restful, much more sensitive to what's going on inside me and inside you, and how our energies can be together and flow together without going anywhere in particular. How we can just be here, maybe even for hours, loving without going anywhere, So it's not even about, in Tantra they talk about not ejaculating because you lose all your energy if you ejaculate in sex. And simply controlling ejaculation is not what Tantra is about, you know, preventing myself from having an orgasm so that the energy will shoot up to my third eye, you know, or something like that. But this idea of slowing down and taking time, and that way you start to meet just a different quality in sex. It's like something becomes very beautiful, very precious, but it doesn't happen through excitement and going somewhere towards orgasm, but rather resting in the energy together. I mean, I think that's just the idea of bringing those qualities together, the earthy animal nature and the delicate, expansive spiritual nature. It's like when you can bring both of those together, that's Tantra. And I mean, there are many schools of Tantra, many different opinions about Tantra, many different misunderstandings about Tantra, many different imaginings about Tantra and what it is and how it should be. And I can't say what it is, you know, but it's an interesting meeting between the material world and the world of spirit or silence. You know, it's a compelling, interesting subject.
Yeah.
Mm.